I'm Regina Mobley.
And I'm David Allen. Families fast asleep Easter morning, waking to bullets flying through their homes.
The wild scene broke out on Aikenberry Road. That is near South Independence Boulevard and Indian River Road.
13 News Now reporter Stephen Graves joins us from that scene.
The bullet holes might be small, but the emotional impact is big, just as this mother who's going through it.
I mean, obviously just very scared and in shock a little bit.
She didn't want to be identified, but says the bullets flew right above her bed upstairs and into a spare bedroom.
There's several holes in the home, and it went through more than one wall.
Virginia Beach police say they got multiple calls Easter morning at about 5 for shots fired around Aikenberry Road. Authorities say another home was hit too. Neighbors say the shots sounded like they came from the nearby Indian River Road. They're thinking someone drove by, randomly firing.
They could have just been shooting, I don't know, in the air, you know.
Here off of South Independence Boulevard near Indian River Road, if you walk with me here, you can see just how close this is to the homes. Now, neighbors say they don't think those gunshots stopped here.
I know that there were all kind of reports of people hearing gunshots all the way down.
Surprisingly, most neighbors along the street said they didn't hear much, but this mother says she even heard more than one round of shots. While police try to find out who did this, neighbors try to get peace of mind.
I definitely didn't get a lot of sleep and woke up around the same time this morning.
Once again, this happened at about 5 o'clock in the morning on Easter. If you have any information, you should call police. Reporting in Virginia Beach, Stephen Graves, 13 News Now.
How about that temperature drop today? You're looking live at the breezy conditions at the ocean front.
Check this out, a 17-degree drop today in the city, and we're still dropping. Evan, what can we expect from this next weather wave?
Well, we're going to look at those waves. You know, think of waves in the ocean. They have crests and valleys. Well, that's sort of what the 7-day forecast looks like, as we'll see some ups and downs coming up over the next several days. We had one down today as a cold front moved through, and still tracking a couple of showers back out through western Virginia, back towards Mecklenburg County, as those showers have worked their way eastward. Most of them have fallen apart. Can't totally rule out a sprinkle later on tonight. The big story, again, that drop in temperatures that we had earlier today. This morning we were up into the 60s before the front moved through just around the midday hours, and then notice a couple of those showers out towards the west. Now, eventually that front will lift back through as a warm front, right now located right through here around Raleigh, Durham, and just south of Cape Hatteras. As it lifts back through tomorrow morning, we'll see the skies start to clear out, and those winds will help push temperatures back up into the 70s. But again, we've seen that big drop in temperatures now out along the Virginia Beach ocean front, 17 degrees colder than where we were this time yesterday. Now 44 degrees, 46 in Melfa, 50 in Newport News, although it's 64 in Williamsburg, 62 in Ahoskie, and 60 degrees in Edenton. Temperatures will pretty much level out a little bit later on this evening, and we'll look for the cloudy skies. Temperatures holding pretty much in the mid-40s, and after midnight they'll likely start to rise. And by tomorrow afternoon we're looking at readings back into the 70s, but I have highs on the 7-day forecast in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 50s, and yes, even an afternoon high in the 40s this weekend. I'll have that 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
An inflammatory Facebook post by an account called Virginia Beach Republicans is sweeping the internet. You can see it draws comparisons between the gun control debate and the Holocaust. 13 News Now reporter Megan Puryear spoke with the man who made that post.
David, I did, and he says the page and post both belong to him, and that's the situation we're looking at tonight that involves free speech and press.
I own it. It's under my account, using my ad manager, business manager account on Facebook, so I own it.
James Cohen runs a page on Facebook called Virginia Beach Republicans. A post on that page went viral Sunday. The post has been removed, but the first line reads, quote, "To all the kids that walked out of school to protest guns, these are the shoes of Jews that gave up their firearms to Hitler."
I was like, yeah, it's a hot issue, but sorry I blew it up. No, I'm not. Because it got more people talking about this issue.
Cohen says it's his right to post what he chooses.
Freedom of speech, that is something that it's God-given, but it's protected.
Not everyone agrees with the message of his post.
Nobody's going to associate their views with that as far as from the Republican Party or any elected officials.
Republican State Senator Bill DeSteffe says the Facebook post does not represent the local GOP's opinion. The issue is that Cohen's Facebook page, Virginia Beach Republicans, is very similar in name to the official page for the Republican Party of Virginia Beach.
Whatever's put up there isn't associated with the Republican Party.
DeSteffe adds he isn't interested in his picture being associated with the discussion.
Like up in Richmond, I represent 220,000 people. I don't have the same views of 220,000 different people.
Now, Cohen says his Virginia Beach Republicans Facebook page has a clear disclaimer at the top. It states that it is a, quote, unofficial group page managed by members of the Republican Party of Virginia and the Republican Party of Virginia Beach. In the studio, Megan Perrier, 13 News Now.
New information surrounding the fraud and forgery case against Portsmouth City Councilman Mark Whitacre. The state Supreme Court picked a new judge to take over the case. Documents show retired Judge Harold Burgess Jr. will now preside. Burgess served in Chesterfield. This comes after the previously designated judge recused himself. That person was assigned after all Portsmouth judges said it would be a conflict of interest to rule on the case. That case is continued until July. A cab driver held at gunpoint Easter morning. It happened on Freeman Drive in Hampton. Police say the cab driver gave the gunman cash and his cell phone before the suspect took off running. If you have anything that can help police find him, call the crime line. That number is 1-888 Lock You Up.
An arrest in a Norfolk homicide. Keith Rolex is charged with second-degree murder and a weapons charge. Norfolk police arrested him over the weekend. Investigators say on March 21st, Rolex shot and killed 52-year-old William White on C Avenue. Police have not said what may have led to the shooting. A man is in custody for a deadly Easter Sunday stabbing in Newport News. Police tell us Lawrence Smith turned himself in to the York County Sheriff's Office. He is now charged with first-degree murder. Police say 39-year-old Lakita Ball was stabbed around 5:30 last night on Louise Drive. Medics took her to a hospital, but she later died. We are told the pair knew each other. No word on what led to this incident.